What is up, YouTube family? We are back at it one more again. You've seen the title, so let's get right into it. Now, when it comes to the topic of Duns numbers, one of the things I realize is there are so many people that still don't know what a Duns number is, how to get one, and what it can do for you and your business. When you're researching information on whatever industry you're in, and you're constantly consuming knowledge and you're using it to go and execute and level up, you don't realize that what is now considered common knowledge to you, a lot of people still don't know. So when I'm networking with people and I'm learning from other millionaires and I'm trying to scale up, I forget that there's so many people that don't know certain things, like how to build business credit, how to get a DUNS number, how to use it to make it work for you, the magnitude that it can, the doors that it can open for you. So let's talk about what a DUNS number is real quick for the people that don't know. A DUNS number establishes your credit profile on your business side. When you go and get an EIN number and start your business, a lot of people would just go and get the EIN number and they'll go and do business. And that's cool. You can do that. But going to get your DUNS number, it establishes your business credit profile. You have your personal side, then you will have your business credit on the other side, right? And there's so many different ways that you can use this for your benefit, right? Now, most people I come across when I talk to them about business, first thing I ask them is, do you have a DUNS number? And majority of the people will say, huh? They won't know. They'll say, what is that? And I realized, like, wow, this is why I needed to do a YouTube channel, because knowledge is power. Instead of me waiting until, I'm rich and until I'm pushing the exotic car and I've reached all the different financial goals I'm trying to get to, I realized that there's information that I can give to the people right now that will help them immediately. There's nothing like being able to give somebody a little jewel, a little piece of information that'll change their life. For example, I talked to a guy the other day who was he was starting a clothing line and he was doing music. He was in the studio. He was trying to be a producer. I think he was doing rap. He's trying to be a rapper too. And I asked him, I said, you got your LLC? And he was like, yeah, I got my LLC. I got my business cards. And he thought that was it. He thought he was good, and he is good. To get that far, that's a start. That's a commendable thing. But when I asked him, did he have his DUNS number? He didn't know. He was confused. He had no idea. He had never heard of Dun & Bradstreet. And I said, see, this is why I had to create channels like this, to be able to pass this information on. Because this video right here, I will pass to 10 and 20 different people. When I'm, talking with my family at cookouts, family reunions, when I'm talking to people in the streets, it's so important to still stay connected to the people, even when you're trying to level up, because just general conversation, you can give them small tidbits of information that will send them on a whole nother trajectory, right? This video right here, I will send to my people because I'm not only tired of having the conversation, but I just want people to really understand the magnitude of what establishing business credit can do for you. So when I talked to him about getting a DUNS number and broke it down to him of what it can do for him, he was so excited. He had no idea. I had opened up his mind to a whole nother realm of possibilities. I sent him links that he could use to start establishing his business credit. And that's what DUNS number does, is once you get that number, you can start building business credit, right? Now, back in the day when I was first started my business, I was using net 30s. People were doing Quill, Granger, Uline, Global Industrial. I got all accounts with all those people, right? And that used to work a little bit back in the day, but now they've gotten hip to these things, and it doesn't work quite as good as it used to work back in the day. But they have so many, even though the game has evolved, there's so many other ways that you can use your DUNS number to establish business credit, right? You can use companies like Divvy. Divvy is a business credit card company that will basically act as a middleman. They will. So say, like, for example, I still use it to this day for gas, right? So instead of paying just gas out of my pocket, I just pay gas through my Divvy card. And when I first got it, I think they gave me a secured card first. So I put up my money and then they would pay it, but then they would take the money immediately, and report that to the credit bureau on the business side and start building business credit that way. Then after like 3 months, they gave me a $500 credit line, and now I'm not sure what it is now, but it's just second nature now. I just use all my gas through Divvy and then another card, A to B gas card, which is the card that the big rigs use. And I'll leave a link in the description for all the different ways that I use to establish business credit in the beginning. It's so much easier now. I sent him 3 different links to get him established, and I started breaking it down to him and showed him how business funding and business credit cards can help him buy the equipment for his clothing line and take his music journey to the next level. He could build his own studio if he has good personal credit, which he did say he had good personal credit. Because most times when you're trying to get business funding, you're going to need good personal credit. So that's one of the main things you got to do too. If you have bad credit or questionable credit, you need to go and get that cleaned up, because you're going to have to do a personal guarantee, what they call a PG, basically co-signing your business credit, right? So that if you don't pay that back, they have the right to come after your personal credit, right? But if you're not scamming or anything and you're going to use that money to take your business to the next level, then you shouldn't have anything to worry about anyway. So now for the people that the business owners who know about DUNS numbers but refuse to do it, let me explain why they are so frustrating to me. One of the things they don't understand is when you establish business credit, right? One of the most important things that you're going to need to get funding, or big boy funding, substantial funding to take your business to the next level, is age. Age of your business, how many years you've been in business is so important. So it's so frustrating to see business owners who know about this information, but they just refuse to go and do it because they feel like they don't need it. They feel like they don't want to go into debt. They don't want to pay interest on loans. They just don't want to take out any money. But what I try to tell them is it's still important to go establish your business credit, to go and get your DUNS number and start building business credit, because you never know in the future when you might need it. We just saw what we went through with the C word. We went through the pandemic, and you saw businesses go under because they didn't have the capital to stay afloat. They couldn't keep their employees on payroll. They couldn't continue to pay their overhead. They lost business, they lost contracts, and they went under. They had to wait for the government to give them PPP money. And how long did they have to wait? How long did we have to sit here and watch Congress disagree and agree and go back and forth for months and months and months before they agreed on how much money to give businesses to stay afloat? By that time, a lot of people were already out of business, right? So why put yourself in a situation where you're waiting on Congress to agree? That's just silly. Why wait when you can just be proactive, go and get your DUNS number, establish business credit, and then when an emergency comes, you just got it. Look at it like a nest egg. You got it sitting right there. You can go and tap into that money anytime you want to. And then even if your business is successful, how good would it be to have it than to not have it, where for emergency, or whether or to take your business to the next level, right? If you had a landscaping company, right, and you're making pretty good money, and you use your own money to buy lawnmowers and weed whackers and a trailer and things. You had a couple of guys with you, and then you were doing the work too yourself, right? And let's say you saved up about $50,000 over, a couple of years, right, of doing this. And now you're ready to take your equipment to the next level. You're ready to take your business to the next level. Why would you go and use 20, 30,000 of your own 50,000 that you just work hard to build up and save? Why would you go and use that money to go and buy equipment and then have to use your new money to replace that $30,000? Why not use the bank's money to upgrade your equipment and keep that 50,000 untouched in your account, because you never know when the emergency is going to come. So you want to use other people's money to take your business to the next level. You go and get a business line of credit for $30,000. You can go and get your zero turn lawnmowers, your industrial weed whackers, a bigger trailer, an enclosed trailer, more employees. You can take yourself out of the yard and put yourself behind the desk, put somebody in your place. Now you have more time to network and get contracts. You have time to go and learn how to get government contracts for your business. It frees up your time, which is money, right? You're using the bank's money to take your life and your business to a whole nother level. So when these business owners are in business for 2 to 5 to 10 years, and they're not establishing business credit, they just wasted 2 to 5 to 10 years worth of age. Now you're starting from zero, just like a person who just started a new LLC, when all you got to do is go to the Dun & Bradstreet website and put your EIN number in there and get your DUNS number. Like, stop being lazy. Like, it's ridiculous for people that are that stubborn and don't understand the magnitude of it. Like, your family could need this money in the future. It's a safety net. And the other aspect of it is even if you went and got out took out a business loan or a business line of credit, right, for an emergency, this stuff is not going to show up on your personal side of your credit. So you can still do other things on the personal side. You can still go get a house in your name, and that $30,000 of business credit that you took out on the business side is not going to show on your personal side. That's why having business credit is so amazing. And the other aspect of it is maxing out your business lines of credit or your business credit cards on the business side. It doesn't hurt your credit score. They want you to max these things out. On your personal side, as soon as you have a credit utilization over 30%, 50%, your credit score is going down, right? So it's so much better to use other people's money on the business side to take your life and business to the next level. Because you will see the people who know about DUNS numbers and are establishing business credit, these guys have taken their lives to a whole nother level. You see them on YouTube all the time. I know guys that have $1 million worth of business credit. $1 million worth of business credit. Imagine what you could do with $1 million of somebody else's money. You don't have to wait to get $1 million to invest in yourself and take your businesses to the next level, take your life to the next level. You can go and use other people's money and start, in a trucking company. Go buy you a dump truck. Go buy you exotic cars and start you an exotic car rental business. Use that money to go and buy real estate, flip houses or rental property, Airbnbs. Like, there's so many different things you can do with other people's money. That's how people get rich. The credit game is how all these millionaires and billionaires, that's how they got rich. They don't use their own money. They go and use other people's money. So it's so important just to get your DUNS number, because that's where you start at. That starts everything. That changes everything. it's so amazing to talk to people that don't know these things and be able to shave off the time that I wasted not knowing. You know, what took me 20 years to learn, I can help people do in 3 years. I'm sorry, in 3 months. In 3 months, if this young man that I just met a couple weeks ago, if he goes and follows exactly what I told him to do, he could establish business credit in 3 months. And I just got mine established 3 years ago. And it took me over a year to get it established because I had to do everything myself. I had to learn the hard way. So it's so amazing when you can shave off years of people's time to where they don't know things, when I was a barber, I wish somebody would have given me the information that I'm able to give out on this channel. I wish somebody would have told me how to set up my LLC, why it would be so beneficial for me, how to set up business credit, how to get a DUNS number. Back then, that was 20 years ago. Imagine how much business credit, how successful I would be, how much money I would have right now if I was establishing business credit 20 years ago. So this is the power that we have, especially on YouTube. You can change people's lives with just a little bit of information, a jewel, just a small jewel that you can drop on people. It's one of the best feelings that you'll ever feel in your life, is to be able to change somebody's life with just a little bit of knowledge. You're not going to be able to go out here and just give people money. You can't just give people fish. You got to teach them how to fish, right? And this is the reason why I created this channel, was to give people any information and knowledge that I can come across that will help you. So on that note, check out some of the links in the description. Take your life and business to the next level. Your family will thank you.